Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe my channel. Alright, buckle up buttercups because we're about to dive deep into the world of Chris Combs, the man, the legend, the sometimes beleaguered glue of the Slaton Holterman Combs clan. If you've been following the journey of the 1,000-pound sisters, you know Chris is more than just a supporting character. He's a pillar, a motivator, and let's be real, often the voice of reason, or at least the voice trying to maintain some semblance of order in a family that can be, well, a lot. We've all watched Chris on his incredible weight loss journey, shedding pounds and inspiring us with his dedication. It's not just the physical transformation, it's the sheer grit, the determination to reclaim his health that makes him so relatable. He's faced the same struggles, the same temptations, and he's come out on the other side, a testament to what's possible when you truly commit. And let's not forget, he's done it all with a smile and that signature Chris Combs charm. He's not some distant, unapproachable fitness guru. He's us, just a bit more famous. He's the guy you'd grab a coffee with and actually have a real conversation, the kind that leaves you feeling understood and encouraged. But beyond his own personal triumphs, Chris is undeniably the heart of the family. He's the one dishing out advice, offering a shoulder to lean on, and often, it seems, stepping in to smooth over the inevitable bumps and squabbles that come with a tight-knit, high-stress family dynamic. He's the kind of sibling you wish you had, supportive, present, and always, always there. It's no wonder many see him as the glue that keeps everyone from drifting apart. He's the older brother who genuinely cares, who takes that responsibility to heart. Now, let's talk about Tammy. Oh, Tammy. We all love her, we root for her, and we also, at times, want to gently, or not so gently, shake her. Her journey has been a roller coaster, and through it all, Chris has been right there, a constant presence. And that's where some interesting conversations have started bubbling up in the Redditverse. Remember that recent episode where Chris and Tammy visited Dr. Turner? Chris was all about getting that excess skin removal surgery for Tammy ASAP, worried about the risk of infection. It's a huge, expensive procedure, and you could practically feel Chris already mentally calculating how he's going to make it happen. He's even dipping his toes into the convention circuit, heading to Vet City Con as a special guest, his first one. You know he's doing it to hustle, to make that money for Tammy to ensure she gets the care she needs. That's real brotherly love right there. That's a man putting his money where his mouth is, literally. But here's where the Redditors started chiming in with some fascinating observations. Some folks are wondering if Chris's unwavering support, while admirable, might be veering into enabling territory when it comes to Tammy. One Redditor kicked off a discussion, curious why Chris seems to take up Tammy so much. They even pointed out that Chris was ready to bail on the 5K run just because Tammy wanted to get away from Amanda after a spat. And others chimed in agreeing that Chris seems to tolerate a lot of Tammy's behavior. There's a hopeful whisper among some commenters that Chris will eventually snap and tell Tammy to reconcile with Amanda. But then a wave of understanding comes through from others, suggesting that Chris might see this as his only way to maintain peace within the family, especially as the oldest sibling. Let's look at some of those Reddit comments, because they really hit home. Agree, but I think Chris doesn't hate Tammy, just feels responsible. But when he said that about having to take Tammy home, I thought, why? Why do you have to rush to take her home? He needs to learn to say no. This comment perfectly captures that mix of empathy and frustration. We get that Chris feels responsible, but sometimes a little tough love is needed. Then there's this one. I completely agree with this. Love Chris, but he is the worst kind of enabler for her. Tammy and Amanda fight, and Tammy loses housing over it. Chris gives her another living option instead of forcing her to reconcile with Amanda and keep her housing. Ouch! That stings a little, because it highlights a pattern where immediate comfort might be prioritized over long-term growth and accountability. It's a tough pill to swallow when you're trying to be the good one. But then comes the perspective of someone who's walked in similar shoes. Because he's the oldest and he's trying to keep the peace. As one of the oldest in a group of 7, I completely understand that. This comment offers a crucial insight. When you're the eldest, especially in a large family, you often become the default mediator, the one who tries to smooth things over to avoid bigger blow-ups. It's a thankless job, and sometimes keeping the peace means making sacrifices or taking the path of least resistance. And let's not forget this gem. As much as his enabling of Tammy's bad behavior bothers me, I think it's really inspiring that Chris was so motivated about the 5K. This is the beauty of it all, isn't it? We can see the complexities, the potential pitfalls, but we can also hold on to the profound inspiration Chris provides through his own journey. He's not perfect, none of us are, but his dedication to his health is undeniable. And finally, this one really pulls at the heartstrings. He's been parenting her his whole life. He may be her brother, but he's effectively Amy and Tammy's dad. I think he grew up having to be the gentle hand of support, and as an adult, he's turned into an enabler. This comment perfectly encapsulates the generational burden Chris might be carrying. When you step into a parental role early on, those habits and instincts are hard to shake. He likely learned that gentle hand of support was the only way to manage, and it's become ingrained. In the midst of all this family drama and health journeys, Chris and Amy also stumbled upon a fascinating family secret in a previous episode of Season 6. They might be related to Queen England. Talk about a plot twist. Naturally, they decided a trip to London was in order to dig deeper into their royal roots. Tammy, bless her heart, wasn't initially thrilled about going thanks to her ongoing feud with Amanda. But, as often happens, she had no choice but to join the adventure. The upcoming episode promises to give us a peek into their first few days across the pond, and honestly, we can't wait to see the Slaton-Halterman-Combs clan navigate the streets of London. Will Chris be the calm amidst the royal storm? Probably. So, where does this leave us with Chris Combs? He's a deeply complex, incredibly caring individual who is navigating a very challenging family dynamic while simultaneously achieving incredible personal milestones. Is he an enabler sometimes? Perhaps, but is it coming from a place of malice or indifference? Absolutely not. It's coming from a place of deep love, responsibility, and a lifetime of trying to hold his family together. And in a world where family ties can often fray, that kind of dedication, even with its imperfections, is truly something to admire. Don't miss the 9th episode of 1,000 Pound Sisters Season 6 airing on December 10th, 2024. And for all your 1,000 Pound Sisters updates, keep coming back to TV Shows Ace. We'll be here dissecting every moment with you.